So I'm shooting my video in the basement today because there are people sleeping upstairs and I don't feel like making a quiet video. I don't want to whisper for you guys. So I have notes here because I don't want to forget things. Now that I have all my explanations out of it. Oh, I have one more explanation. Max is here in the background to make sure I stay in line. Make sure I don't say anything I shouldn't. He's watching me at all times. So anyway, I'm going to start with all the foods that I have left over from this past week of eating $30. Eating $30 on a vegan. Eating vegan on $30 a week. So I have left over 5 tortilla wraps, a couple bowls worth of oatmeal, 6 or 7 potatoes. And honestly, I don't really feel like going back upstairs to find out exactly how many I have left over, so we'll go with 6.5. I have a couple cups of uncooked rice left over, which would make roughly several cups of cooked rice. So Max, you're gonna have to let me know if I'm getting too specific here, alright?
You're losing me in the numbers already.
Yeah. So anyway, now that you guys know, like, I actually had food left over, there's a reason that I bought the foods that I did, because some of them probably seemed kind of bland. The main reason that I bought the foods that I did was because I wasn't 100% sure how much food that I was going to need, and I would rather overshoot than undershoot because I'd rather not starve. It's the thing I have. I don't know. I don't really like starving, so. So yeah, I bought a lot of foods that were like more calorically dense. So I didn't really get any fruit, and if I were to do it differently, I probably wouldn't have bought the second pack of tortilla wraps because I didn't really need it. I only used actually, I think 5 wraps in that package. But sometimes when I was eating like pasta, I was eating like a pasta wrap, which was actually kind of good. But I could have done without that. Yeah, so I could have just done with like one less. So that would have been, I think it was $1.39. And then I just had the extra can of refried beans and I put it in like my rice and beans the next day, or like the last day. Like I didn't really need that. I just had used it because I had it. So if I didn't buy those things, and then I think that's about it. Because like the potatoes, I don't think I might have been able to find like a smaller bag of potatoes, like 5 pounds or something. But basically, I would have liked to have bought bananas, but I don't think they would ripen in time for the video. But like in real life, you know, buying bananas, you just wait a week and then you can eat them. But yeah, mangoes usually are a pretty decent deal at Aldi. So like it would depend on like the week if I were to actually shop in real life on $30 a week. I'm glad that I don't have to do that because I like buying things that are not just $30, you know.
Tons of food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would rather buy like some specialty things from Wegmans that just taste really good. So like most of the time my budget is probably closer to like $50 a week. The other reason that I bought the things that I did was because I know that they seemed kind of bland, and I wanted to show you guys that even with like really minimal ingredients, like you can make really cool things. Like we made the bean burgers that Max actually liked. They were actually some of the best bean burgers I've made. Like I think they were better than like the bean burgers we had like a couple summers ago. Like when that was the first time Max had them.
Yeah, I like the white beans better than the black beans, man. But...
Yeah, I think it was like the seasoning that like really made it.
Yeah.
The potatoes with like the taco seasoning, just like the taco. Like I think we only made the taco seasoning like my mom discovered it like this year, or like last year or something. So like that's been a new discovery for the Andrianas family. So just making our own taco seasoning for like everything is great. And you know, seasonings really go a long way, and they're not very expensive. And actually, fun fact, Max, I don't know if you know this, but most seasonings like garlic and cinnamon and stuff like that are actually really high in iron. Yeah.
Really?
It's surprising. Yeah.
Yeah, it does sound kind of weird.
Yeah, like cumin, like pretty much like all like powdered seasonings and stuff like that, they're actually like really high in iron, like which you really wouldn't think that they are, but they are.
What about like pre-powdered?
Pre what?
Pre-powdered.
Pre-powdered?
I mean, they're still like, right?
Right, pre-powdered. What's that?
Like before they turn it into like the seasoning?
Oh yeah. But I'm just mean like any like common seasoning that you would find in like a cupboard, like that's gonna be pretty high in iron, which I didn't know that until like I started typing stuff in a Chronometer, and like it was really high in iron. I was like, whoa, didn't see that coming. But yeah, the other reason was just because, well, I think I already said it earlier. I'm losing track of where I'm going with this, but it's just because you can be like really creative with like pretty minimal things. Like I made like the bean burgers. You can just put taco seasoning on everything. I made oat milk and the burrito bowl. Like it just took like tacos or the burrito wraps, and just put it into a bowl, and it made like the shape of a burrito when you cook it. I made my own chips, which were actually really good. I really like those, and they were like really low in sodium. So like there's tons of things that you can do, and if I got like garbanzo beans, and I think you can actually do it with peanut butter. I think you can make your own hummus, like so you can buy peanut butter instead of tahini, because there's more uses for peanut butter, I think. You can do peanut butter and jelly. You can do peanut butter instead of the tahini for hummus, and probably other things, but those are the two main things that you should be using peanut butter for. Don't use it for anything else, or else Max will come get you. Yeah. And I also bought them because like they were actually staples that I ate a lot when I was in college. Like I ate a lot of pasta, I had a lot of rice and beans, I ate a lot of those potato wedges, I ate bean burgers like a lot, I ate oatmeal a lot. It's just, they were like really simple foods. Like every once in a while, like I would definitely get hummus when I was in college. And I would say that putting that hummus back in that video, that was definitely the hardest part of that week.
I will remember you.
You didn't get hummus, man?
Yeah,
I
I know.
was just gonna ask, like, what situation could you justify not getting hummus though? I mean,
$30 a week.
yeah. it
Although
is what
I
it
could
is.
have made my own hummus, but I didn't. Also, going forward, I would like to do videos like this again, or like video series like this again. I was thinking Trader Joe's, Walmart. I think it'd be great because there's Walmarts like everywhere. There's a place around here called Price Right. I haven't really been to a whole lot because it's pretty much like Aldi. Like it's pretty close to it, like price-wise especially. And I work at Trader Joe's, so I know a lot of the products there. So I will probably be able to guide you guys through Trader Joe's pretty well, as far as like what to buy is, like what's cheap and like what's not, what's a good value for your money. And the farmers market, I think I am pretty well versed in the farmers market, especially in Syracuse, and like little tips and tricks that you can use to get better deals. And wait for it, Max, this is gonna be like the toughest one of all. I'll probably do this one last. Wegmans.
Yeah.
And $30 a week. That would be hard, because although I love Wegmans, they are pretty expensive. They have some great stuff, but they are kind of expensive. And maybe sometime I'll do a video like this when I just go to like multiple different places. I go to Wegmans for some things, Aldi's for others, and the farmers market for some things. Because that's kind of like what I would do when I was in college. Like I would go to the farmers market pretty much every Saturday. Actually, there was a farmers market in Rochester on Saturday, and then there was a Sunday farmers market in Brockport. So I'd go to like 2 farmers markets in 1 week. It was pretty sweet.
Just been loaded up.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of like, I bought a local like Concord grapes and peaches and stuff like that. Just like local apples. And so I would go to those places, and then I would also go to Wegmans and Aldi. So I would shop around. Like I'd go to like a bunch of different places, and that's probably actually where you would find some really good deals while also eating a larger variety of things. Because when I went to Aldi, like I was kind of limited to like one store, but I did want to make like a one-stop shop kind of video. So yeah, I'd like to do it sometime in the future, but the reason that I had to do it like last week was because usually I'm a coach. I'm a track and field and cross country coach at Lemoyne College, and this was like during their spring break that I shot the video, like the series of videos. So it was like perfect timing for me because I didn't have like an extra obligation that I usually do. So that's when I shot that. But this summer that'll probably be like the next time that I do something like this, or maybe I go to like, maybe next time it'll be Trader Joe's or Price Right or something like that, or Walmart. But I think that's all the notes I have.
Speak from the heart, Craig.
Yeah, if I could do anything differently, it'd be buy fruit. In hindsight, like I just didn't need to buy those other things like the refried beans and tortillas. But yeah, this is kind of like an accurate representation of like what it would be like in real life. Like in real life, you might find that like maybe you buy things that you don't go through, or in real life, it would actually be cheaper to buy like a 20-pound bag of rice and then buy it like once for us, like each semester you go to college. Like it probably will take you a long time to go through that, and like per pound it would be much cheaper than like the little 2-pound thing of rice that I got. But I was only trying to last for a week, so that made more sense for me. But you know, there's different things that you're gonna have to change for your budget, especially if you're doing it in real life, because you're gonna be wanting foods that are gonna last you for longer than just a week. So there's different ways to save, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to do to say, like, why I wanted to make this video is because you will learn a lot more from actually doing this challenge than just like thinking about it and like theorizing about it. Like, being a practitioner, you'll learn so much more in a week rather than like watching my videos. Like, you might pick something up from like one of my videos, but like if you go out and you go to Aldi's or you go to like whatever it is, your store that's local to you, if you go out and try to spend $30 or less and like just try to eat that food for just a week, like you will learn so much more from doing that than like vicariously watching somebody else's video. So I encourage you guys to go out and try to do those things so you can learn for yourselves. Instead of just being a theorist, you can be a practitioner. You can really learn about how to save money and going vegan. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Max, you want to post for the thumbnail? V for vegan. Hey Max, you want to come over here and do V for vegan?
Is that V for vegan?
Yeah, just, you gotta look hard though, like. Okay, that's probably good.
Hard enough.